What's going on YouTube? This is Destiny Heroic. I'm here with a deck profile for you tonight. I am going to be doing a Sacred Crane deck, so let's just hop right into it. Okay, so running two of the Sacred Crane. It's kind of the namesake of the deck. Light Wing Beast. Name of the game of this deck is basically to summon this guy through, special summon this guy as many times as you can and keep the draw power going. And we do that with, for starters, a pair of Summoner Monks. Ditch a spell, search out the crane, draw a card to replace the spell, and then you can exceed or do whatever other tricks you might have. Triple Tour Guides. Just for the consistency that Tour Guide brings to the deck, sets up the Leviar Dragon, and your monks and cranes are darks and lights that fuel your chaos. So this is just one more way indirectly to special summon a Sacred Crane back and draw another card. Honest goes with the Sacred Crane. If it's on the field and you for some reason want to keep it there, this is also really good to combo with the double attack of Blackluster Soldier, which is always good. One Goldfax of the Nordic Beasts. Reason he's in here basically is not for any special reason, but he's a light attribute level 4 tuner. So you can bring him out with Summoner Monk and go for any of your level 8s. He does have a Cyber Dragon-like effect, but that's not really an issue most of the time. And he's honestable and he fuels chaos, so that's why he's there. Spirit Reaper. I'm running a... Actually, I'll just show you the whole thing here. I'm running a very small tomato engine. That's my cat. He's being annoying. Just ignore him. Sangan goes with the tour guide, and Tomato brings out these two, this guy and this guy. Spirit Reaper is really good right now because of all the OTKs, all the big monsters that need to swing hard. They can swing into a Spirit Reaper and be stymied for the time being. So that's why he's there. Zephyros. Zephyros has a pretty unique function in this deck. You throw him in the graveyard and you can bounce a Summoner Monk so you can use it again next turn. But mainly he's in here to bounce your 2 Call of the Haunteds that you use to bring up your Sacred Cranes and lets you reuse them. So that's why he's in there. Birdman. Birdman is in here sort of for the same reason that Zephyros is. You can play as a Summoner Monk, bring out a Sacred Crane, bounce the crane to your hand, and then play Arcanite Magician. Or you can bounce the Summoner Monk to your hand and play another level 7, like a Black Rose or something. Clear the field and have a Summoner Monk set up for the next turn. Double Cyber Dragon. These guys are in here for your aggro. They're level 5s. And you can go for a rank 5 Exceed Summon with Instant Fusion by using this guy. Double Veiler, because it's Veiler, you have to run Veilers and everything right now. Gores. There's too much field clearing and direct attacking by big monsters to not play Gores. And here's kind of your boss monsters of the deck. One Sork, one BLS, and Dark Arm Dragon. These guys come onto the field, they establish control very quickly. They put lights and darks out of play to fuel your tour guide plays, and they're just overall really powerful. Okay, onto the spells. We've got our staple spells. Reborn Storm, Mind Control, Book, and Dark Hole. You pretty much have to run these in any decks. We want to run a lot of spells in this deck because of the Summoner Monks. And so we're running all of these because they have uses and because they're spells. Triple MST. The only reason I went up to triple is because of the Summoner Monks. You want to have a lot of spells, and even if you can't play an MST, then you can ditch it for a Summoner Monk. So that's really good. And double instant ramen. This will bring out your two fusion guys that are in your extra deck. One's level 5, one's level 4, to go along with your Exceeds or Synchroing or whatever it is you're doing. And they're spells, so you can ditch them for Summoner Monk if they're dead. And Allure of Darkness, just to keep the cards flowing. You've got a lot of darks, so having draw power for darks is good. Now we're into the traps. Solemn Trinity. Summoner Monk plays can use a lot of cards from your hands, so you don't want to be TT'd or anything, so that's why Judgment's there. And keeping your opponent's guys off the field is really useful right now, so that's why I play these. Double Call of the Haunted brings up your Sacred Cranes for a free draw, and then you can Exceed with them, use Zephyros to bounce it back to your hand, and do it the same thing next turn. One Bottomless, just because it's one more way to destroy Thunder Kings and Hyperions and Christias and stuff that'll screw up your strategy. And Trap Dust Shoot, you really should be playing Trap Dust Shoot and everything right now, because it you look at your opponent's hand, you can kind of figure out what you're going to do next, what they're going to do next, and it's just too good not to play. That's the main deck. So now let's go into the extra deck. We're playing Tour Guide, so obviously we've got Leviathan and Leviar. Leviathan is not as good in this deck, but it's a good opening turn play if all you have is a Tour Guide. You can set up a pair of Darks in the graveyard, or ready to go to the graveyard at a 2500 beater. Leviar is more for late game, so you can bring back your Cranes that you removed for your Chaos guys. Double Utopia. Summoner Monk into Crane equals rank 4, so that's why these two are here. They're big, they negate attacks, that's less important, but they're also lights, they field the Chaos. And one Roach. I like to run Roach in anything that spits out rank 4s easily. And he's a dark. And usually this guy isn't as useful as I once thought he was. But he can stop things like Hyperions and Christias and stuff that could screw up your day. And one Adrius, Keeper of Armageddon. You're running a level 5 fusion monster, which I'll show you in a second, alongside your Cyber Dragons. This guy comes out, clears the field, and he's a big 26 beater. And he's a dark, so that's good. Here's your two fusions. Darkfire Dragon, and I'm using Guilty of the D9. It really doesn't matter what you use. Ideally, this should be a Musician King, because Musician King is a spellcaster, and if you steal their level 2 guy, their level 2 tuner with a Musician King, you can play your Arcanite Magician. But mainly you want it to be light or dark attribute to go along with the rest of the deck. And this is just a level 4 to go along with your Cranes if you don't have a Summoner Monk or whatever. Dark End Dragon, because your Summoner Monk into Goldfax spits out this guy pretty easily. Brio. Brio doesn't really come out a lot in this deck. But again, you can steal your opponent's guy. You can steal your opponent's guy. You can play a Tour Guide, throw out another Tour Guide, bounce the one that can't be used for a Synchro Summon with Birdman, and play Brio, and have a Tour Guide locked and loaded for the next turn. So that's pretty good. Arcanite. Summoner Monk into Sacred Crane or another Summoner Monk. bounce whatever you bring out for Birdman, bring out Arcanite Magician, pop their stuff. Ancient Fairy Dragon, for those times when you need a level 7 but you can't do Arcanite, or you can't or don't want to do Arcanite. Like you're against Gravekeepers or something, you want to get rid of their Necro Valley. Or you don't want to Black Rose the field or waste your Black Rose. And Black Rose Dragon for when you do want to do all of that stuff, when you do want to waste their field. And Stardust Dragon and Scrap Dragon, your token level 8 cards that are in pretty much every extra deck that runs Synchro Monsters. Summoner Monk into Goldfax is this guy. Goldfax Special Summon plus Darkfire Dragon is one of these guys. So that's the deck. Tell me what you think. I didn't play test it a whole lot, but some of my videos have other people playing it, and they seem to do quite well. So check out my other videos and rate, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Thanks for watching.